Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Tex. Is back at the MUTMen podcast, episode number 99. And it's on my channel this week because next week is episode 100, and I wanted to save that for Fox. What's going on with you, Fox, man? How you doing?
Not too much. I like this. The great one, 99. Probably the greatest player in all of sports compared to his, I would say, competition. Would you say Wayne Gretzky is the greatest of all time?
I thought you were about K1 short, powered up. Like 96 K1, 99. He's great. 99 block shed, bro. Matches his jersey number? I can't get no better than that.
99 block shed is essentially the Wayne Gretzky of Madden 18.
Why are you got a bark duck? We just started the podcast. Why are we ringing doorbells?
It's already gone. It's already. Let's throw this whole thing out, right?
We're going live, as you said. Shout out to Bill O'Reilly. But don't let that doorbell interruption, the dog barking in the background, be a hindrance to our guest that's on today. We got a Madden competitive player who goes by the name of Mr. Spoto. Man, what's going on with you?
I'm good, Tex. How are you?
We good. I'm kind of mad right now that I got a podcast and we do this every night at the same time, and people are ringing my doorbell. Why? Every Tuesday we do a podcast. Use the key or call somebody. Don't ring the doorbell.
Speak, Tex. Speak.
I'm annoyed already.
Let him know.
I'm annoyed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, audience. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna go handle this. Y'all talk.
Okay, so Spoto, I'm going to run down the agenda first, then I'll ask you to introduce yourself, kind of your background and Madden 18 and what you've done and accomplished this year. So for the agenda, here's what we got. It's probably the longest one we've ever had for podcasts, so get ready, sit back, enjoy yourself, people who are listening, and I don't know, get a cup of tea or something, or coffee, whatever your drink of choice is. Maybe put some alcohol in there, some Daniels. Make it an Irish one. So we got the replay promo, the boss battle promo, weekly content coming out, Ultimate Legends from this past. We're going to talk about some ability chems, maybe Mutt Draft being free and why they got rid of that. We were speculating. I don't know. We brought that up before the podcast. There's no new news there or anything. I just saw a post on it on subreddit. EA making up ratings again, loyalty tokens, the pass rush, position heroes, how EA values their time for solo grinders. Spoto's got a pretty good opinion on equalizer that's going to ensure to inflame the community. Why limiteds are more common than non-limiteds. If you'd like any changes to the competitive scene for Spoto, we're going to talk about competitive Madden for a big chunk of time there. A lot of questions on that and tournaments and changes. So we're going to talk about his scheme. We'll ask him what he's doing there. And then kind of at the end, we'll take viewer questions. As we asked you last week, we'll ask you again this week to put them in the comment section of this YouTube. Don't ask us on Twitter. Put them in the comment section of this YouTube. It makes it easier for us to scroll the questions at the end. And then, so we'll answer everybody's, not everybody's, but some of the good questions that we got from last week at the end of the episode. So first up, Spoto, how are you? And
I'm spectacular. I'm on the podcast. I wanted to be on it for a while, so here we are.
Can you explain a little bit about yourself, maybe your history with Madden, when you started, and what got you into competitive Madden and how you did this year?
Well, I started playing Madden like on the GameCube back when I was like 6 or 7 years old, which is pretty long time ago, actually.
Is it really? Because GameCube doesn't seem that long ago to me.
For me, it's like over half my life. So, and I was just one of those guys play on like rookie and just see how many points I can score, try and break the game and do stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we've all been.
And yeah, we all have really.
Yeah.
And then in Madden 15, I was pretty bad at the game. I was one of those guys that grinded MUT seasons, couldn't even get out of like All-Pro second, All-Pro third. And then in Madden 16.
How old were you in 15? If you want to say,
I was 13.
That's not bad. I mean, All-Pro second for 13-year-old, that's pretty good.
And then in 16 and 17, I started taking competitive more serious, and I made a big jump from 16 to 17 and 17 to 18. And then I was able to make the only major I was eligible to qualify for this year, which was the Draft Champions Madden Classic Tournament.
Nice.
Where
and that's
Dream flooded me and ended my season.
He what did you?
He flooded me. He killed me.
Oh, fut means kill?
No, flooded.
Oh, flooded. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about FIFA Ultimate Team or something.
No.
Some sort of cross game rivalry.
No.
So is it just because it was age restricted, that one tournament?
No. So the way my birthday was, I didn't make the cutoff for Club Series or for the first tournament of the year that Skimbo won, the Regs one.
Gotcha.
So everyone else had 3 events, and I only had 1, which is part of the reason I really couldn't make Ultimate League.
Well, you got kind of shafted this year, huh?
I did get shafted, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is something you really can't change. I mean, when your parents had you,
When I'm
because
born.
yeah. But so we're gonna circle back to competitive stuff and talk a little bit about that later in the pod. But off the top, we've got a lot of news with the MUT, basically promos that have come out. Texas, you back with us?
Yeah.
Nice. So first off, Texas, you're a big solo grinder,
Yes.
and we got a string of solos. And the boss battle replay promo, the replay promo is kind of not really solos, but the boss battle promo. Can you break down the boss battle promo and tell us your thoughts on it?
All right, so the boss battle promo is EA's second installment, I guess, of the Gauntlet Unleashed, where you basically grind for 11 straight weeks for your chance to win a 99 over, or not win, but select a 99 overall. And the reason why it's basically similar to the Gauntlet is because every single week you're going to have a chance to earn 2 boss tokens, which you have to get those, you have to unlock, you have to play 2 qualifying solos, and then on Friday during the weekend, basically solo weekend league, you get a chance to earn 88 overall and 90 overall players plus a trophy. So it's basically similar to the Gauntlet Unleashed, except for now, it's for higher overall players and players that are probably more than likely going to be able to start on your team, as opposed to what the Gauntlet was, which was just a gold player at the end of the first sequence and then a nat player or like an 84 overall. So it's good if you're getting to Madden right now, because you're going to be able to go ahead and get your team improved over the next 11 weeks for free.
Yeah. Hey, what's the deal with the MUT's team's focus on like weekends versus weeks and stuff? Is it just because is it the Holy Grail because FUT did it this way?
I think they just did it this way because it gets the best engagement. I think they want people playing this game every day, or if not, at least coming on twice a week. So I think that's the reason why they do it that way. I know Weekend League is done only on the weekends because I think that's when EA believes people have most time to play. Personally, I think Weekend League should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Definitely need more time. And I think they want people to come on during the weekend because that's when the big bundles are out. That's when the new cards are out.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. Also, with the Legends and now Ultimate Legends coming out those days, those are always the big draws of like the weekly promos. But it feels like with the boss battle and replay promo coming out, we're getting more weekly stuff. Like, I mean, obviously the replay basically replays Team of the Week from the last 3 or 4 years. So we'll get cards each week based on those Team of the Weeks. So that's kind of cool. Kind of a new promo, something that they're trying out. I saw some anger about the replay promo and boss battle promo. Texas, are you angry about anything in these promos that EA put out?
I'm mad that they don't value the token as much as I do. Like these gold tokens you have put into these sets, I feel like they don't, like they just kind of just put as many in there as they want and just say go at it, because it doesn't make sense value wise what you can get back. So that's the one thing I'm complaining about. But I think everything else is I mean, I gotta think a little more probably when y'all talk.
Okay, that's fine.
Like,
I guess so. Oh, what's going?
I was gonna say, I think like it's I don't think I have much to complain about as of yet. I think we'll get to the stuff that I complain about.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, we will. Hey, so Spoto, you said before the podcast you're not as much of a solo grinder anymore since you got more into competitive stuff. Do these promos interest you at all for like grinding out rewards?
Not really. The cards are too much cap, especially the replay one, like the Julio Jones with the playmaker, and then for the boss battles, the cards don't come out until May, which is really when the game is kind of completely over for everybody at that point.
Yeah. So, like, what could EA do to interest you in their solo content?
Honestly, I don't think anything. Just playing the computer, like, they don't adjust it. It's not really much of, like, a chess match. It's kind of just the same thing over and over again.
Okay. Well, we'll get into how you acquire coins and how competitive players acquire coins in the game and a little bit later in the podcast. So you're kind of man that like these promos also for me. I wasn't hugely into Team of the Week this year. I was into a couple weeks when I liked some guys, but it was kind of like I looked at the cards. I'm like, those aren't really huge upgrades for my team, and it's basically only 2 cards a week that I'd actually consider on the Tuesdays that Team of the Week came out. So it's a similar thing for the replay promo for me. And the boss battle promo, I'll just probably end up buying the cards after the 11 weeks, or maybe somebody makes a golden ticket of one that comes out beforehand. But we'll get maybe we'll talk about golden tickets some other time. We got a packed agenda. So these 2 promos, I think I agree with Tex. They're on the right step. we'll see what else we get this week, because I think right now is the start of the offseason. They're going to start their weekly programs up. I'm kind of hoping they get more. We've talked about this in the podcast in the past, that they get more towards weekly stuff that we can kind of look forward to. Is that something that you want, Texas, or did you like last year's kind of content drop better, where it's just like every Friday we get a huge drop?
I like it like this better because it kind of spreads things out. So even though I'm not a big fan of like them dropping content because they seem to be overwhelmed, mostly because like they don't really like, you know, get things out that make sense because of the amount of stuff they're actually doing. I much prefer it this way, so that way you're kind of hitting all days of the week. Because MUT can get boring if they're only dropping things on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I gotta challenge you on that thing. Mm-hmm. What mistakes have they made these last few days with this content coming out?
Oh. Like, we're getting to that right now? I thought we were going to...
Yeah.
Okay, right now? Oh, for one...
Let's talk about the mistake they made.
For one, they dropped the 92 overall Hunter Henry while he has a 91. Like, there's no other tight end you could have chose for this. Like, y'all really wanted the +1 route? I thought we were done with +1s. I mean, I understand it makes sense for 91, 92 to be a +1, but I thought we were done with it. They dropped that card. And then we also got the biggest fail, I think, for a 99 overall halfback in Madden Ultimate Team history, which is that Earl Campbell. That Earl Campbell that came out. So I went to Mudhead earlier in my video just to see exactly. Like, there's no way that Bo Jackson is better than Earl Campbell, and he's a higher overall. So I went to Mudhead, and the Bo Jackson is pretty much better than everything. Better than everything. Even his throwing stats are better, but like a lot. And he's a low overall. And so, like, I think if they go back into doing like the content they're doing right now, where we get some on Monday, some on Tuesday, something on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for like the next like what 12, 13 weeks, we're gonna start seeing more inconsistencies with it because they can't probably have. They don't do stuff at home. We learned that they only do stuff in the office. The reason why Draft Champ has been updated in 17 months. So because of that, they don't put stuff in the right overall calculator, and we're getting stuff that doesn't make any sense anymore. So I'm kind of annoyed by that.
I mean, is that such a big deal that the Earl wait, what are you talking about? The Earl Campbell doesn't have anything on Bo Jackson. I just compared the two. No. Earl Campbell's got better strength, meaningless. one better acceleration, 3 better awareness, meaningless. Better catching, meaningless. Worse jump.
Wait,
yeah,
the catching better is at 74, right?
Stamina.
So,
yeah. 10 plus injury. You guys know how well cards get injured in MUT. That happens all the time. But to be fair, he's got better trucking, elusiveness, ball carrier vision, stiff arm. He's got worse spin and juke, and better carrying, route running, catch. Like Texas, I'm not seeing the argument.
As long as he hits 88 for spin, that's good enough because that's where the steerable threshold is, where you can manually just what's it called?
Left trigger, right trigger.
Yeah, left trigger, right trigger.
Yep. Yeah,
make guys miss.
That's the new spin that for the win after the pack. And since we got a whole bunch of secure tacklers on the field on defense now, are you only spinning? Are you trying to truck people, Spoto?
No, I'm only doing steerable spins right now.
Who's your running back that you run with?
19 Cat Muhammad. So he really can't do much. I don't run the ball at all.
Oh, okay.
Every play.
Can you tell people about what? Actually, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it now. What scheme are you in right now?
On offense, I'm in the generic competitive West Coast bunch, and on defense, I'm in dollar, mainly cover 2.
So, is it which cover 2? Is it the DB fire?
It's like a cover 2 that I turn into like a cover 6 on one side, and the other side has nothing on it.
Oh,
and I just because a lot of people don't streak the solo receiver out of bunch. So you can just leave that side wide open. So that's what I do.
Could you just man them up?
Yeah, you can do that also. So
they don't ever notice that?
People do sometimes, but then like a lot of route combos just in bunch, they just don't have any streaks on the field from that receiver.
But what about is the PA post in West Coast?
Yeah.
The PA post gets to that area.
Yeah, but I'm sending 5 every play for the most part. So I feel like, especially in salary cap, people are spending like 10 cap on guards and like 18 on tackles. And I have like a team of the year, Aaron Donald. So I feel like by sending 6, there's no way that route's gonna be able to develop that far downfield.
That's actually a good point. So Texas, how do you feel about people running gun bunch and basically the meta the whole time? And like, is that just what you need to do to adapt? Well, actually, no, not Texas. You Spoto. Is that just what you need to do to win? Like we saw Dubby switch from his Packers or New England or New Orleans, I forgot what he was in, offense to West Coast and have a lot more success this past week.
Yeah, because the way how 91 zone plays bunch is for the most part a lot worse than the way how it plays most other formations. Like it's one of the only formations, the halfback dig out. It's one of the only posts in the game that will really get open versus like a cover 3 with a streak. So they really made it the only usable formation with the way how zones play it and the routes that are in it.
Is it amazing that like so they try to nerf gun bunch this past year by taking out the good solid plays in many of the team playbooks, but then they went ahead and just threw all these amazing plays in West Coast, and then they're like, oh well, I guess we forgot to take them out of this book. Here they are later in the year. Enjoy. Like, was it November, December when we got that? And then like now it's February. Everybody in the
everyone
competitive
runs
scene.
it.
Yeah. Is it like just an EA oversight, or do you think that was on purpose?
Probably just an oversight because they really wanted everyone to be at a bunch this year because this is the third year in a row everyone's in it, and I think they think it's even a bad look too.
It's not fun to watch, like as a user.
Yeah, it definitely isn't.
Just seeing
really.
people run the same plays and then nothing's open through the drag route, and then like that's the most. Imagine going to a football game and just seeing the Chiefs just run bunch the entire time, and Alex Smith just throwing to the drag the entire time. Like nobody wants to watch.
Wait,
that.
Don't they already do that?
I mean, but every play, like they run a lot of like they got some what do you call it, tight end pitch plays. They got some quarterback like pitch back stuff like that. You don't got that in Madden, but like nobody wants to just see the same play over and over again unless it's a run play, because then it's that's better look because you're just overpowering them physically.
Yeah. So like, Spoto, how do you think they get like? Do they just have to nerf play? Do you think they should nerf or take out plays during the year if it ends up being too popular?
Not during the year, because a lot of people would find schemes and then they sell ebooks on it, and like people just would be upset with that. But
here's the thing: once you sell an ebook once, don't you want them to nerf it and get rid of it so that you can sell another ebook?
It depends on who you are. Some places definitely want that, but others I feel like they really want the people to learn and get better. So,
like most of my Ravens ebooks, like the glitchy blitzes, ended up getting patched, and I'm like, well, it sucks. Some of it still works, but like you gotta adapt to what the game puts out. Like I can't just expect that stuff to last all year. I
didn't even realize they patched blitzes this year.
Oh, didn't you see like the tackle lock blitz?
Oh yeah, besides the tackle locking, that was the only one that I really saw.
They also patched. Yeah, they also patched the QB contains on the cornerbacks.
Yeah, what am I saying? I do remember this. I don't know why. And then the hurdles, they patched the hurdles.
Yep. So they've patched quite a bit of the blitz, and they've done that every year for like when we get the Mike Scrape 3 stuff and all the other legendary blitzes of the past have gotten patched. So I don't know. I don't know. So in your opinion, you don't think they should be doing that during the year, is taking out plays or patching plays when they're too effective?
Nah, I don't think so. Because once the game is out, like I feel like unless there's like a really big game-breaking glitch, they should just leave it. Because usually when a game gets patched, like it's going to create more issues.
Really, Texas? What do you think of that opinion?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they patched juke move and spin move, then they've been trucking was like the next big thing, and that became an issue.
Yeah.
Well, the trucking was a thing all the whole year, though.
I know that, but nobody was
talked
using
about this last week.
Nobody was using it, and I was happy that everybody was spinning because I had unfakeable guys, and everybody had Barry Sanders. I was like, cool, we got this. Unlock, because I'm fakeable. And they patched it, and then they made more issues for me having unfakeable guys now. And now everybody's out here getting trucked until they patch that. So when they do patch something, more issues do tend to arise.
I think it's actually funny you say that, because now that trucking is like what everybody does, they're not really putting out a lot of secure tacklers to like combat it. I feel like a lot of the MUT people are kind of like out of touch with like the meta, almost.
Like the people in charge of MUT.
Yeah, like the guys that create the content. Well, there was no reason Outwater got pick 6 and or pick specialist, whatever he got, and Ken Houston got What do you get?
Unfakeable. But that's
Like
because
no
Ken
one
Houston had unfakeable though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
and then the Outwater on defense had pick 6. And once, because EA is kind of weird with these cards. Once they already have an ability, they keep it the entire year. They never change it. Same thing with chemistry with the abilities. Once you already have that on, that's what your card's gonna have the entire year. It's kind of like how they don't change traits, even though some things seem like they should change traits. Like when Stephen Diggs had that crazy catch,
Yeah,
got the
he didn't have
card,
clutch.
didn't get clutch. Like what? Like it still don't change stuff. So once they already got something, they just basically change the picture, change the overall, and type a bunch of numbers in and put it out.
Yeah, and to be fair with the secure tackler, after I baby raged on Twitter, they did put out that Mean Joe with secure tackler. They put out the Mel Blunt with secure tackler. I'm just looking through the first page of Muthead. They put out the Ricky Jackson with secure tackler. So they put out a few secure tacklers in the last few days.
I asked for secure tackler.
Well, the Ricky Jackson you can't get till May, right?
That is a good point.
What's that boy's name? Shaq Thompson, power up. They gave him tip drill. So they respect you. They respect you. You say secure tackler, they listen. I say secure tackler, they just take the S out of it. Give me the T. I got teabag, bro. This shit's crazy.
It's a fair point. So, but yeah, secure tackler. Basically, if you run against a team and I did a lot this past weekend. Like, run against a team with nothing but secure tackler on it. They'd have Night Train on one side, Blunt on the other. They'd have like Sean Taylor. They'd have Ray Lewis. They'd have Singletary or many of the others. Jason Taylor's got secure tackler too. So they'd have this card. Oh, Anthony Barr's got it. Yeah, I like that card too. So I was trying to test out Jerome Bettis this week in a weekend league for review footage.
Yeah.
I don't remember like trucking anybody. I threw I don't know a dozen trucks at people, maybe more, and then he'd all just instantly collapse. I'm like, God dang it! And so like people have adapted. Maybe not the MUT guys like you say, but the people have adapted and that no secure tackler is the way to go. So I think the move is back to what you were saying. Use the left trigger, right trigger, spin at the 88 threshold because people have the secure tacklers, so just be ahead of them and use that stuff where they don't have unfakeable anymore. So spin them out.
Yeah, because the pursuit logic, like even though they fixed the way how you can get spun out, they can't keep up with the spins. They get spun out, so and they just stop moving. They get caught flat-footed, and you can just accelerate right past them.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like they don't have the agility to keep up or something.
Yeah. I don't know if it's agility or like awareness or what it is, but awareness doesn't really mean anything. But still,
yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Me neither. So Tex, what running back are you running with right now?
The same 4 I've been running with the entire year. Power up Melvin Gordon, LT, Gurley, 96. Cause I'm a weirdo. Powered up again, and then the fullback Bettis.
Nice.
That's my goal line back.
It's because you have so many dang NATs in your team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna replace my cards, bro. Like unless they come out with somebody I have to have, I'm not gonna replace because I didn't truck to begin with. I still spin and I still juke. I still get good success out of it. So
yeah, so I mean the nerf hit you hard, but not that hard since you're still having success with it.
Well, yeah, I was one of those guys that just ran to the sideline and spin back. Like I would try to do situations where it made sense. I wasn't like freaking the Madden developer or the Madden guy. What was that boy's name that does commentary? Is it
Farrells?
Z Farrells streaming, and you just run with Michael Vick on kick return and run to the right side, then spin left, run to the left, spin right. I wasn't doing that.
Don't be like TD and internet bully him.
No,
he's a nice guy.
How are you a developer doing that? Or how do you work for EA just out here exposing how broken your game is, where you just run one way, spin, everybody falls. Like it's like a bowling pins. Like everybody falls one way. That's not a good look, bro.
Okay, so EA gets criticism for covering up their flaws in their competitive Madden broadcasts. Now you're saying, go on.
I was gonna say, first of all, they said it wasn't a flaw because they had unfakeable, and then they said it was a flaw. This company's inconsistent.
It's almost as if the company has multiple people in it.
It's almost like so they don't play their own game, and somebody got on like, oh shit, I can't stop this, and they're like, you gotta fix this. That's what that looked like.
So all right, let's get back to kind of the agenda here. Ultimate Legends, and we were talking about with ability chems. Are you guys disappointed? There's only one limited with the blunt that every Ultimate Legend didn't get a limited card. Spoto?
Yes. Definitely. That's like the only reason I'd pull packs for like limited. That's like the big excitement in it. The whole limited edition cards.
Yeah. Texas,
and they definitely could have gone up to 99s because they're at 97s, and most of these cards won't get another upgrade unless they get a golden ticket. So they could have had a 97 set and a 99 limited.
Yeah, for sure. Texas, were you disappointed pulling packs this weekend for no Ultimate Legend Limiteds?
So I was disappointed in pulling packs. I got lucky with some of the pulls I got, so I can't say I'm disappointed. But I was kind of like annoyed that they didn't really add like the cards that we all thought we were going to be getting. So we all thought we would be getting a 99 Vic or 98 Boss Vic that has like +3 speed on this other card like we got last year. So I can't really say I was disappointed. I was just kind of I guess miffed that they didn't actually give us the boss cards. But that would have been a lot of cards in packs if you think about it. It'd have been.
And there's nothing wrong. I mean, is there anything wrong with that though?
No, there's not anything wrong with that, but with the way that they kind of have limiteds compared to other cards in this game, I think more limiteds have been pulled than the actual like set pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a damn shame they didn't put the limited in. But like, you wanted to bring up why are limiteds more plentiful than non-limiteds? Tex, talk on that.
Yes, and so I'm not complaining. Anybody saying you're complaining about limiteds being, I'm not complaining. I'm just asking a question because it doesn't make any sense that 97 overall Mel Blount was pulled more than 94 overall Michael Vick. First of all, he's a higher overall, and he's limited, so he should be a little bit rare. So I'm just asking the question, like, what is going on with EA's like pack odds where they're putting out more of a rarer card and a better card in a sense than a card that is supposed to be popping out of packs, I believe, more than a limited.
Well, okay. Let's go with the theory that the 94 and the 97 Blunt are in the packs at the same rate. They put out 4 97 Blunts. So you had 4 times the chance of pulling that Blunt as you did the other Mike Vick, the 94. Now, you're right on the overall differences being there, and maybe the Vick should have been more popular. That's actually a good question. Spoto, what are your thoughts on the limited versus set? I'm gonna look up how many Vicks sold over the weekend for that 94 on Mutthead. They only go back 100, but it'll give me a decent idea. Spoto, what are your thoughts on limited versus
for the
set?
94s, was it just like that for Vic, or was it for all the Ultimate Legends this weekend? Do you guys know?
It's been Vic because Vic was going for like 3 million or 2 million for his 94. I think everything else.
I think they know how much people want Vic, so they really lowered his odds. And then for Blunt, I mean, 800 or 900K for limited, I feel like that's a good price for a card like that.
Like, he was 700K, 690 last time I checked. So,
oh wow,
like, think about that. Like, Vic's 2 million and Mel Blount, who's supposed to be the limited pull, the guy, and he wasn't even the most expensive card that came out this past weekend.
Yeah, I just think it's because it's Vic, and like they know everyone that plays Mutt likes Vic.
Like, think about it like this: like, people pulled Mel Blount twice and Vic still sold for more. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm not complaining about it because actually I do like how often limiteds do seem to pop out of packs, even though it didn't seem like anything popped out of the packs for NFL Honors Week. Like, them dudes were not coming out of packs, but it seemed like with this one the Mel Blount was popping out more commonly than anything else.
No, I think based on sales, which is like the only data we have, I'm just looking at a few Mel Blunts. So Mike Vick's got 100 transactions going back 3 days. 210. Wait, is that they all at midnight? Okay, so 210, like right at midnight, just about, or thereafter. So 3 days for Mike Vick. Mel Blount goes back 100 transactions 2 days. So
for each one.
For each one.
So that's like 400 total.
Yeah, so Mel Blount was coming. Each individual Mel Blount was coming out of packs more often than that 94 Vic. So you're right. The odds weren't the same. It looks like they were tilted in favor of Blount on the limited cards. But like, here's the thing: we've complained about for years.
I'm not complaining
on the lack of limited cards.
Yeah, I know.
So them juicing the limited cards is not. I know you said you're not complaining.
Yeah, I'm just making an observation.
But the observation was slanted in the way of a complaint. Like,
no.
you just want more Vicks out. Is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just want to know like what's going with the pack odds, where high overall is more common than a low overall.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because of the set. This is the limiting card in the set. So they say they only want this many Vicks out. So that's why they only release this many 94s in packs. He's the limiting card in the set. So that's why it is the way it is.
I understand why the way it is. I'm just confused by it. That's all.
You just don't like it, and I
don't say I don't like it.
I agree
because like I don't. It's I don't know, man. I just feel like if a card is limited, it should probably be going for more than a card that's not. But I understand why, because again, Vic was the only one. I think everybody else pretty much is going for, if not the same price or cheaper than Mel Blunt. I don't think anybody else is going for over $2 million. So Vic's a special case. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a pass. But if you see it again this weekend, bro, I'm gonna be kind of mad. Just saying. You know, it's not a complaint. But if you do see it, like let's say we get a 94 overall, who can else break the game? Like who can break the game that we can get?
Bo Jackson, Kelvin Johnson, Randy Moss.
If you get a Randy Moss, and then our limited is like a line, a limit is a card that's actually usable. Like we'll just say, we got so many legends this past week. I'm trying to think. Plus we got some. I'm trying to think of legends we haven't got because we got 4 for the boss battles plus 10. So I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Just use one of the other ones I suggested there. How about a Charles Haley?
Charles Haley. Randy Moss be going for more too. I think it's just special cases. I'm just gonna go ahead and walk back what I said. Special case.
We still got to see how they're doing the Ultimate Legends this year, though, because they did the big reveal this weekend last weekend.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 2 a week plus a limited. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be what they do going forward for the next 11 weeks until we get golden tickets.
Don't they just keep up the Ultimate Legend pace for the whole rest of the year until 19 comes out?
They might. I don't know what their plans are because they pretty much do the same
That's what
thing
they've done every other year.
So you might get it up until whenever, because just this we got a lot of legends that we got to get to. So there's a very good chance that we will probably get these for a long time. But my guess is 2 a week and then 1 limited, or maybe they'll just do 1 a week plus a limited, something like that.
Okay.
What do y'all want? Like, what do y'all want to see them do with the legends? Besides,
I think that's fine.
Cards?
I would prefer the bosses. Give us 3 Ultimate Legends in the bosses instead of 2 in a limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would rather 2 of them and then have each of them have another boss. So a set one and then a boss one.
Yeah, I just like high overall cards, but I'm fine either way. It's not something I'm going to complain or lose sleep over.
All right. Either way, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's move on. I just want to... Hey, why do you guys think MUT drafts aren't free this year, Spoto?
I don't know. Probably just another way to drain the coins. I know I lost a lot playing Season 2 to qualify for the Draft Champions event.
Yeah, I bet you that was a pain in the ass. I mean, how much do you think you lost over that whatever qualification period?
Probably like 400, 500,000.
Wow. And you're one of the top players in the game, and you're losing that many coins playing Draft Champions. Can you think of like an average player and how
honestly, because the packs weren't good. I had one pull over 88, and it was Brady right at the end. So he went for like 150. So I was winning and like barely breaking even.
That's crazy to me. Absolutely insane. Like they haven't like changed it or updated it. Like apparently MUT drafts are on. It's not under like Jake or Clint. Obviously Clint doesn't do any MUT stuff, but it's not any of the people that we like know on Twitter. It's like it's the competitive team, right? It's their responsibility.
Was right before the Draft Champions tournament.
So why is the competitive team doing such a bad job?
Well, that's not really something new.
Like I didn't want to say it because I don't know these people, but like their excuse was there's a lot of shit going on with competitive tournaments, and so it had to take a back seat. The competitive stuff's over right now. I know Mudhead's doing their own stuff, but that's not Madden Ultimate Team.
Well, we have Ultimate League going on. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
But Tex, can we just? I mean, they're complaining about being too busy. Can we just tell them to shut their bitch ass up because it's a fundamental mode of their game. Like to not keep it updated is like you say lazy. It's terrible.
It's
like
legitimately the laziest thing they could, because it's not hard to keep it updated. Like I said in the last rant video I did last week, they just gotta work from home, make a list of cards to update the pool, and then change the elite packs from 80 overall to 86 or better for winning 4 wins. That's all you gotta do. It's the simplest thing. We won't complain. We'll probably still complain because the rewards are trash. Ain't nothing really wrong with those packs. But like, you can at least let me play the mode. Like I haven't touched Draft Champions since probably I got to elite tier. Not even the start, just elite tier for season 4 rewards, and I haven't touched it since.
Hey,
And remember back in 16, didn't they like put the legends in draft champs the night before to like hype everybody up to get everyone playing? And wasn't that
last year? They had a promo behind it. Friday night drafts last year, so they had a promo behind it, and it became
Oh,
Tuesday
yeah.
night drafts because they couldn't keep up with it on Fridays because again they got lazy.
I mean, literally, it'll take one employee. Just dedicate one person. Get a contractor.
You can get,
pay him. How much do you think a contractor goes for? $40,000 a year.
Get a contract.
Get somebody fresh out of school.
They can just hire a MUT person that plays the game and just give them MUT points to update it. They don't gotta give like no money.
People would really do that.
Just give. They can do so much. It's like, hey, here's 24,000 points a week. Just update this, and it's not real money to them. Like, that's all you gotta do. And somebody else, I sign. I'll take that deal, and they'll go out and then do that, and then we'll be happier.
I do think that's like I mean, I don't play a lot of MUT drafts, but I think that's the worst thing going on right now. Like that's like the epitome of EA's.
Take that back.
EA's on their bullshit again.
No, you see what they did franchise mode? That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah. No, I was thinking MUT style, but let's. We don't talk. Yeah, you're right. I made it too broad. Franchise wasn't even in my mind, but yeah, for never mind. I retract that. I was thinking MUT stuff, but yeah, franchise. Ooh, ouchie. Oh, ooh,
and then they took away the trade meter. Like, yo, what are we doing? No, this game's hilarious. But yo, I'm pretty sure that if y'all tweet at EA, I'll fix MUT drafts. And just like say your point total, like you can maybe get a job out there. It might happen for you.
Like if you, how many? What would you think? 24,000 points a week to update it?
I mean, maybe weekly, maybe like monthly. I don't know how they would like maybe like 24,000 points and just give you a list of players you want to add to MUT drafts and then email this to the coder and they put it in the game. That's all it takes. And they ain't got put in the game them damn selves, right? I don't think they out here actually having to drag and drop cards, are they? I don't know what their job description is, but I don't think this.
Well, it was every day back in 16. A card would come out and it would be in that day. It would probably be like automated or something. I don't know how do they go back? How is it possible that in 16 it's better, and then in 18 they don't even update it at all or touch it at all?
Because it was brand new. 17 they were trying to get people to play it more, and then this year they decided to just gave up on the mode.
Yeah, it's because they just wanted more money, and they're like, fuck it. It's not MUT. It's not salary cap.
I just don't get how that happens. How it can be so good, and then they make it worse.
I think it's just because people just ended up moving on. They want to do new projects, right? They want to get new excitement. Draft Champions is old now, and they just didn't dedicate the resources to its continued maintenance. So I don't know. That's just the way bureaucracies work, right? But hopefully. I don't know. Maybe get some. Did we talk about getting something trending? What did we talk? What was it that we wanted trending last week, Texas?
Last week trending. I know I wanted people to talk about power ups, but I guess we can try to get like a hashtag out there of like
MUT day one of no MUT draft update. Was in there? Didn't somebody create a
that'd be kind of cool if we can all just the everyday
a Twitter account? Yeah.
We should probably do that every day. We should all tweet at EA Sports MUT, Kralo, and Jake Stein. Day one of no MUT drafts update.
The thing is, they don't do it though. It's the competitive team.
If they keep getting bothered, they're gonna go tell somebody to do their goddamn job. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just mad. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying, like, if that's how I would feel, if I'm sitting here and somebody keeps saying just messaging me every day, either I'm gonna do something about it or I'm just gonna block the person. Like, they can't block us all though. So let's make it happen. Follow us on Twitter. Links down in the description below. You part of this campaign, Spoto? You part of this campaign too? You don't get involved?
Did we lose him? Spoto?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I thought we lost.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You're back though. You're back. So
right.
are you going to be involved in this campaign? Are you going to dedicate your Twitter timeline to just copy and pasting every day somebody's day
every
2?
Day tweeted at him.
All right. Wait, she's not day 2. We got to go back to whenever the last day was updated and then go from
the last day was updated.
When was that?
I think it was like December 6th or something like that.
All right. So we got to do the math from December 6th to now and then update the number and then tweet them. That's what we got to do. Start that tomorrow. Well, actually, no, tomorrow will be Friday because it's going up on Thursday. We'll start that Friday.
Yeah, there's a Twitter account. Anyways, so we'll see what happens there. I was looking for the Twitter account. I couldn't find it. Somebody created a Twitter account doing that exact same thing. I was trying to find it, but I lost
that
it.
guy's thunder. He ain't got no juice.
We'll see if we can add some to his juice. Maybe I'll retweet him like he's hot. So if he tweets at me, if he's listening, he tweeted at me last week, but I can't find his name right now. So loyalty tokens, Texas, talk.
All right. I like that setup. So if you guys didn't know, today we got the NFL replay promo, which is what Gutfoxx said earlier, like a flashback team of the week type promo. But if you knock out the objectives, not only do you get a chance to pull an 85 to a 92 overall elite from that promo, you also get a loyalty token. And this is interesting because I think last year we didn't get these things until it felt like May, maybe June, until we got loyalty tokens. So we're already getting those early this year. So is the EA development team already looking forward to Madden 19?
Spoto?
Yes. Because there's still issues in the game, and they're already saying they're gonna fix it through the cycle for next year.
All right, so moving on. I want to talk about the Clint thing today on Twitter with the aggressive pass rush versus balanced and conservative. Spoto, can you do a breakdown of that?
I didn't see much of it, but I saw that Cows, the guy that made the Ultimate League, he was talking about how they jump on aggressive. On balance now, and he wants there to for the O-line to jump on balanced also to balance it out, or there just to be no coaching adjustments. So I think that aggressive, they should just get rid of the pass rush coaching adjustments in general because there were too many issues. There was the glitch out of 3-3-5 where you could stay on it all game, which messed a lot the game up really because that's what everyone was running in clubs. And then a balance, there's no pass rush because the O lineman just bully the D lineman. And then if you're on conservative, the guy can go back there and make a sandwich, and he'll come back, eat it, and he'll still have someone wide open, and you won't have anyone in the backfield.
That's true. Clint said basically they're not going to jump on conservative, and everybody's like, then everybody jumped on Clint and be like, well, they don't even get off the line of scrimmage on conservative. So. I don't know. Do you think Texas? I guess Spoto kind of said where he's at with this. Do you think they should get rid of these coach adjustments next year?
I don't think they should get rid of them. They just got to tweak them. So with conservative ball carrier, you shouldn't be able to if you go to conservative, you should only have tier 2. If you have tier 1, tier 2 juke move, tier 2 spin move, tier 2 trucking. If you have less than that, it should be tier 3. With pass rush. If they're not going to make a emphasis on traits and show them in the actual game, and traits don't actually matter, because I know Clint earlier said if you have the discipline trait you won't jump, and they still do because it's Madden, it's still fluky. So maybe if they can just spend more time and actually code the game properly, we won't be seeing a lot of these issues, because then you'll see a lot of guys on aggressive with disciplined defensive linemen, and there'll be a premium for guys like that. But they should also have a counter to it. So because there's not much counters to anything besides just what you call the quick hike, or not quick hiking,
fake hike.
They should probably either remove it or tweak it so that way there's always a weakness, because that's kind of how this stuff should be. If they're going to be certain things you can do, playing aggressive or playing conservative, there should always be a weakness and a strength to that. Whereas a lot of this stuff, there really wasn't a counter to it until they did a patch.
Well, I thought to fix that, conservative, they play the run better, and aggressive, they play the run worse.
It's not a bad idea because generally you see that in games
in real
where
life,
where remember the Colts of old where they had screeny and stuff. Yeah. Oh, go on.
No, I was just talking over you. Sorry, I was saying on draw plays, if they're coming to the quarterback, draw plays eat or screen plays eat. But go back to your.
Yeah, that's what I thought they could do to make conservative have a value and to catch people on aggressive, not just with the fake hike, but if they're trying to go after the passer and you hit them with a draw, they don't shed as well.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect balance for it.
I thought that's what it was at the beginning of the year when I read it, but then I found out it wasn't.
Of course it's not.
What were you saying, Fox, about the Colts?
Oh yeah, you'd see Freeney, and when they used to, because he'd only go after the passer, so he'd be easily run inside of him It's the same thing. I was just saying an example of the real NFL when he's on his aggressive pass rush, as he always is.
Yeah.
So we getting position heroes next week? Texas?
I think we. I don't even know. Like, I want to say yes, because last year at this time we got position heroes. We got them all on Friday or Saturday. They all just dropped the same day. But they did just drop the promos that are going to last the next 11 weeks. So I don't know if we're going to be getting something, if they already have something in mind every week for the next 11.
Okay. Spoto?
I feel like they usually do it right after the Super Bowl, the week after Ultimate Legends, so my bet is probably, yeah. The last 2 years, I feel like it's been like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Tex, I missed part of what you were saying. Did you talk about them doing weekly versus a big drop?
Well, yeah, earlier I said I like when they do weeklies, especially because there's a lot of stuff in Madden. I just didn't want them to keep messing up these ratings on stuff. So, but I guess earlier I said if they drop, what do you say? Position heroes next week, it just in concert with getting a promo for the next 11 weeks with what we got right now. I feel like it'd be kind of overkill right now because I think we already have content, but we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, I much prefer the weekly version of it. And we talked about that earlier in the podcast. And I do hope we get it as like a Friday or Sunday content for the next. Or maybe I think the Sunday content would be the best way of doing it. Then we get Ultimate Legends, then the position heroes, kind of like bringing it back to the 16 style. But that's just my opinion. So let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
so
it's better. Hold on, real quick. I think it's better to do it on weekends too because you reward people who are actually can play. Cause I hate when they do stuff when people are at work. Because I feel bad, because especially if it goes gold tokens or it's just wild card players for that position, then people who are home early at that time can make more coins than people who are at work. So I think Sunday will probably be a good day to where everybody can actually get on and make a little bit of coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like the wild cards or like the specific cards for those sets?
Text?
Like if they get positional heroes.
I like specific cards because I like when gold cards or when one gold card or silver card's going for like 15 or 20K. I like value in the game. And if it's specific cards, then you can go ahead and if you have a bunch of your binder, okay, if you're a hoarder like I am, you can go ahead and sell that card for a lot of coins. Wild cards, everything at one point, like you're not making any coins if it's a wild card. So I like it when it's specific.
Yeah, and with specific ones, you could generally, like, if it's weekly, then you could think, like, okay, well, if they did this one this week and went up in price, then this position's going to come down the road, then you can invest in that stuff. So it's easy to make coins, yeah.
Like, I love when Lightfoot was going for, like, 1 million coins. That's the best fun I had, pulling silver packs, trying to get Larry Foot. Like, oh my God, that was so fun. Instead, what we're going to get this year is you got to collect 30, 70 to 73 overalls. You got to collect 30, 74 to 76 overalls. You got to, I don't want to see that. I don't want it is going to be
7 elite
elites.
tokens.
It's going to be specific elites that you have to collect. 80 to 90 overall core elites, and that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Texas, I feel personally attacked when you went to the Nerd Boys for something uncool. I feel hurt. Like is that where we're at, huh?
Well, the nerd stands for not even remotely dorky. So like that's not even like what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Like people complained about that. That's why they switched to wildcards decks. So you're saying switch it back.
I like. Ain't my fault. People quick sell stuff. I almost said the N-word. I let it fly. Ain't my fault that people quick sell things and they don't have stuff in their binder. So that's why they go with that. Like the specific is better for the economy because then a lot of cards have certain value. If you pull a 75 overall card that's rarer than others, you can get 10K out of that. That is awesome. When it's wild cards, everything is cheap because basically the set's just a break-even set. After the elite tokens, you sell the card and you lose coins attached. You might lose coins even. With specific cards, if you're trying to sell coins, if you're trying to sell players, you get more coins out of it. So I like that better, and it's been fun for the past since Madden 13 and Madden 25. I think was it 15 or 16 they changed the wild card. I think it might have been 16.
16, yeah.
Yeah, I think 15 had the specific ones as well. Yeah, 15 was very flit.
I thought 16 in the beginning. 16 had.
Yep, you're correct. In the beginning, they changed it during 16.
And then people complained, like always.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they changed it, and then people complained about that.
Yeah, And there's
And then-
certain,
yep.
yeah, and there's certain sets that I wouldn't mind seeing wild cards. Like with the MUT Heroes last year, wild card was cool. With what we got with the elite, with the gold tokens this year, I guess that's fine as well. Even though I would rather the silver tokens had been for each team, because then you can make more coins out of that. Because a lot of the players, like imagine silver Falcon players right now, bro, when they were going for like the gold, were going for. Oh my god, that'd have been dope.
That was crazy. Yeah,
that would have been dope.
Yeah, that was. I agree with you. I didn't like that change either to the silver tokens. They made it more the wild card stuff, so it was all kind of like low value.
Yeah.
So with that, okay, here's a large question, and I think I know you guys' answer. Do you think there's anything EA can put into this game without somebody or a few people complaining about it? Spoto?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I like that answer. Yeah.
If they give something good for the solo players, the guys that are like good at online head-to-head always complain. And if they give something good to online head-to-head players, the solo guys always complain. And then it's the money guys versus the grinders. There's too many people and there's too many groups that just always go at it to make everybody happy.
That's almost the exact answer I was going to give, and probably better than what I was going to say. Yeah, nailed it. Texas, let's hear your counterpoint, it sounded like.
Draft champions. I win. Let's go. Next question.
They update draft champions, nobody's gonna complain.
Nobody's gonna complain. It's gonna be like, yes, you did your job finally. Woo!
That's a complaint.
Is it?
It took them too long. It took them too long.
Took you long. That is a complaint. That's a backhanded compliment. You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you for doing your job.
Yeah. Hey, I got two questions. One, Spoto, I think I know Texas. Do you think YouTubers get juiced packs?
Ooh,
is correct.
No.
Yeah. So you think, and I imagine.
Actually, maybe.
Okay.
I think guys that like put good content out and put the game up get juice packs. Honestly, because some of the stuff.
Could you name some people that would be in that category for some people that wouldn't.
Well, I'm just gonna say guys that wouldn't, like ScoMo for like one. He always is at EA's neck, which I mean it's kind of deserved because they really don't do their job a lot. But there's definitely people that like you could definitely see it. But I don't know. It's just all speculation. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't.
Here's the thing. Like, all right, my beef. You said, and this is something kind of different. You said EA doesn't do the job. Like, I think some people do their job very well, and then there's others that don't. Like, I think they don't have enough employees for how much money this game brings in. Like, I think there's a ton of stuff to do. Sometimes they screwed up, but I think like when you hear like the Kralos, the Jakes, the Clints, I'm forgetting a few others, but like they stay late. I think they're actually busting their ass for the game. But then you see like them only have like 100 employees for like a game that brings in over $100 million a year, and you're like, come on, devote some more resources to this thing. So it's I think maybe they don't have enough. Like I asked Kralo on the podcast, do you need a mini Kralo? Like, couldn't you just get somebody else to do some of this? You shouldn't be working 12 hours a day. And he kind of like laughed it off, like whatever. But
well, a lot of those guys like Kralo and Stein, like they played MUT like before. Actually, I don't know.
Stein was,
it helped in the creation of it, and they have a passion for it. But a lot of the guys at the top, like they're just looking at the money, and like their eyes are just going green.
Yeah. Oh, 100% agree. Sorry to get on that little tangent, but like whenever somebody says like some EA employees do, but there are there's
definitely guys that do a lot of work, but some of them don't.
Pieces of work there at the top of the organization, not giving enough. Anyways,
I mean, I really shouldn't be saying this stuff because they still haven't paid me, so.
You're gonna get fined. You're gonna be like, we'll talk about the other fine earlier.
They're gonna send you a check. It's gonna be like this much money missing because you were talking shit. In the podcast.
You actually owe us money.
Yeah. If you want to compete again, you gotta make right with the bank. So all right, hey Tex, do you think YouTubers get juice packs?
No. I thought for a while they were juicing packs because I know my man when E-Rock was part of the MUT crew, I saw him pull a Sean Taylor, but it was just a glitch because he was supposed to get it granted to him, and it popped up in that pack that he was pulling. But it wasn't like an actual like juicing of the packs. But EA probably does have that technology to kind of boost certain people's accounts. But I know personally, like from meeting like a lot of these guys like Kay, or Antel. Like these dudes spend so much money. Even Toad, like they spend so much money.
Yeah, that's true. Also, a lot of the guys, the YouTubers, they won't post it if they get like really bad packs, and they spend a lot, and they really only post the highlights. So that could also like kind of sway people to think they get juice packs.
It does.
I don't know. They probably don't, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially it. Like because like Toke, I think Golden Sports. The last time I heard him say how many, somebody asked him how much he spends on the game each year. This was 2 years ago. Now I think is the last time I heard this weekend. It was like over $20,000 a year in packs.
Yeah, and I know I see Toke say. Sorry to cut you off. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I see like Toke say sometimes that he won't even upload if it was really bad. Like the packs.
Same here.
Because he doesn't want to put out content like that.
Oh yeah, like if you put out content with bad pulls in it and like you don't have a hook, people are gonna watch your video and they're like, oh, that video sucked, and then they're not gonna watch your next video. So it's like even though you buy the packs, you put that investment in, if it's not good, you don't want to double down on your losses. Like I'll pull a bunch of packs on stream, and then if I don't pull anything, it's not getting uploaded to YouTube. Like I have done that consistently through 18. How about you, Tex? Do you say you post everything though?
Well, I stream, and then my stream's always there. But if it's a shitty stream, like I just leave it up, but I don't actually like cut it down and re-upload it. So if I like this past weekend, I pulled Mel Blood in 394s, and so I just cut up the best pulls and put it up on YouTube. So it's a condensed video. So people who don't want to spend half an hour sifting through me talking and rambling on it, stream talking to the chat, they can just watch me pull it. So I only upload the good pulls. I don't upload anything other than that. I stream anything else though, but that doesn't count really.
And I think because there's a lot of like the old saying, if you want to make money, if you got to spend money to make money. So
that's
same thing with
coins. What?
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Oh, this way why you buy coins? I guess that kind of gets into our next point with buying coins, and we talked about Sav and fines and stuff. Hey, Spoto, what do you think of the whole Savage situation? And for those who don't know, Savage basically got flown down to Florida to compete in a competitive tournament in the club series. He was told right before his game was gonna play. He got brought over to a special room, and basically they what do I want to say? They gave him his pin from Goodfellas. They shot him in the back of the head. They told him, "You're not gonna play. Get on a flight and go home." So they kind of took him out, and he got a little angry for rightful reasons for wasting his time, wasting his dad's time, and then he got fined $500 of his $1,000 winnings for having the coin sponsor and EA not realizing it. Spoto, what is your take, and what is the competitive community's take on this situation?
I think it was bad that they flew him down there just to waste his time. Like like you said, they don't have enough people to be researching everybody, but they definitely got to do a better job and like actually, I guess, find out about the players that are playing in these events. But I know a lot of the competitive guys feel like that because he broke terms of service that he should have been banned, but like he really shouldn't have, because a lot of the guys I personally that were coming out and saying that it was bad, that he should have been banned because he broke TOS. I know they do it all the time too. Like they've told me. So I think it was just like because he does it in the open more than a lot of other guys. Like there's no competitive player right now that openly promotes them or openly buys them. That was really the biggest issue. Because let's say if he would have won the Giants Club, they would have had to have him on stream, and like they would have had to be promoting him, which basically is promoting coin selling.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think
that might not be a popular opinion because, like,
some
people say that, like, even though you're breaking TOS, like, it's the same, but I think it's different because promoting it to a lot of people just and doing it in private, it's a whole different story. But I know some people think it's the same.
So you're okay with people buying coins in private but not promoting them for terms of service violations?
I mean, it makes sense if you're gonna get a good deal to promote them, but they couldn't let him play and then let his YouTube be like shouted out and then he's promoting coins. This wouldn't make sense for them.
I think most people would agree with you on that point. The problem is they wasted his time, so you think people should be able to buy and sell coins and still be competitive players?
Well, I don't think I think they should make it easier for everyone to just get players. Like, you shouldn't have to spend money to be competitive in a game. You should just, like, I don't know. I guess that's against the whole theory of MUT, but
which is funny too because remember we had Rex on the podcast. He was talking about how a MUT tournament would make people have to spend money into actually trying to compete with full MUT teams. So they do salary cap to compromise, where you still got to spend money.
We still got to spend money because no one spends cap on O-line. We're spending the cap on, like, the full Mil Renfro, Marshawn Lattimore, Deion Sanders. Like, it's not much cheaper. Well, it's a lot cheaper, but, like, people don't want to spend the packs. Don't want to leave it up to randomness, so people just buy the coins. I mean, I don't. I'm a good boy. I listen to EA's.
I like that. Don't self-incriminate yourself. I like that. Hey, they listen to this, bro. If they listen to this, they would never come on this show. Just saying.
So, yeah, with that, I mean, like, all right, a couple things. Like, competitive players don't want to buy packs. They'd rather buy coins. Isn't that it's essentially saying they're spending money to make money, right? Like,
because if you're doing this, if you're buying them, you're either putting it on an account to play money games with, which you're going to use all year, and you're essentially making an investment, or you're trying to make the tournaments with the team.
Yeah. So it's kind of like an investment in yourself every year.
Yeah.
And then, like, all right, so, like, also there's no rule out there saying competitive players can't grind solos or the auction house to get coins.
I ain't got time for that, bro. They got to
laugh. Really.
They got to laugh, bro. They got to run
solos.
17,000 times to figure out how to beat it. Like,
Tex, like you could literally learn the West Coast bunch scheme in probably an hour of practice. And you're saying you can't use the rest of the time to grind solos to get coins to build your team up?
I mean, like, I would do that because I'm a crazy person. Like, I'm still powering cards up over here, so I'm just weird. But these guys, they got other stuff to do. Like,
don't you think that's just them having excuses to be lazy?
I think it is. I think it's not really a valid reason just to go out here and buy it, especially when there's other avenues to get it. It's just people. These dudes, I can say, they just rather spend time labbing than actually out here playing solo challenge, especially because I can't blame them. Solo challenges are just not worth it.
They are so boring.
Like, think about it,
so boring.
Dude, like, what happened with the Team of the Year solo? I think they were 3 hours. I think it'd have been better if you just went and what solo I'm thinking? There's a solo sequence that took like 8 hours. It'd have been better to go get a full-time job and use that money to buy coins. You to make more coins out of that. So it's just more practical. It's just way more practical the way EA kind of has things set up to go out and spend the 8-hour check that you got, then get 1 million coins as opposed to spending the 8 hours and maybe getting 200,000 back.
Yeah, I think everybody understands that it's a lot better to buy with your time to get a job and spend money that way. That's kind of what EA pushes you to. Like, we're gonna get into that a little bit on time value of money here with the solos we got. Right, we didn't get through that yet. Nope. But, like, so the competitive guy, like, Spoto, do you just want, because you don't want to build a team, you don't want to have to spend money on packs or anything. Do you think they should just do competitive in regs and draft champions then, if you don't want to build a team?
That's a good question. I actually like salary cap though, because I like that. Well, one, it's kind of boring to watch regs because it's, for the most part, it's like Seattle versus Seattle or Atlanta versus Atlanta, which kind of like makes the game, I guess, boring to watch. And with salary cap, you can kind of watch what each player does, and they get to formulate it like their own way. Like, if you're a runner, you can get good O linemen, and you could just build it around your own strategies. So I like salary cap, but I do like draft champs also because that was the event I made. But
so you think, so how does EA fix this problem with competitive players? They don't want to, they buy coins to build their teams, but they don't want to grind solos. They don't want to
just let us buy coins. Like, just let us do it openly. They're doing it on mobile now. Just put it on console.
Yeah, I would love that option too.
It's too much randomness. Like, in packs, there's not enough value right now. Like, golds go for like 1,000 or 2,000 coins. You're basically banging on hitting like this weekend, like the Mel Blount or one of the 94s. There's just not enough value. And then, like, I don't know how to clear a binder either. Like, I would have to pay
Yeah.
somebody to do that. I would just rather.
You don't know how
get
to clear a binder? What?
Honestly, I really would have no idea how to get the coins.
Yeah, people are dumb when it comes to that, man. Like people are just like
I have no
like,
idea
I
how to
don't
clean a
blame dudes.
binder.
I got people that say they just quick sell stuff because they don't think it has any value. They don't want to sell stuff because it just takes.
Oh
a long
my
time.
God.
Some people just
Like,
don't
if
pay
I'm
attention
trying to
it.
clear it, I'll like DM you, Huey. What do I do with these?
Yeah, help them out.
Wow.
Man. And also, like, even though like I pulled 394s and a 97, I would have made more coins just made more just buying it because I think $200 would have got me close to $3 million.
You can get over 3 mil now.
Yeah, whereas I pulled
around. We can get like 3 mil exactly.
If I didn't pull that 97, with it, I only made $2 million. So I would have made a lot more just pulling or just buying coins. So you got to do a better job of making. Really, if they make the gold players go up, then it would be good. You know,
Indeed.
I'm mad. I missed out because I was asleep when they dropped the first Ultimate Legends and gold tokens were 40K. I was so mad.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize they got that high.
They went to 40K
Wow.
and they were selling instantly, and I had 80 in my binder, and I was
Oh,
sleeping.
shit.
I was asleep.
Wow.
I'm so mad.
That sucks. So I know there's been some proposals out there to make salary cap cards free for competitive players. Do you think that's ever going to happen, Spoto?
No, because I mean, let's be real. A lot of the guys already don't like the competitive players to begin with because like we break the game or whatever. And if that happens, I mean, it would get even worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so
I know I said that I would like that if they already qualified, they can just play with other people, but I don't want them like getting cards to qualify with.
Getting cards for free. The
they
best
can-
option, honestly, is just let play a friend. You can use any card in play a friend. So you like if you're with a buddy and you want to test out like the new, like Dion, you can run a couple games versus your friend and see if you like him, and then you buy him. And then you can do the same thing for salary cap because then you can lab against your friends, you can play in the tournaments, and don't have to have a team. I think that's a pretty simple answer.
I think
It helps everybody.
yeah. The thing is, like, they don't want to give away their content for free. I think maybe rent a player, bring that back would be another solution where you could rent players for a certain amount of coins. Do you remember that?
That'd be cool. Because the
Spoto?
salary cap, you already got to lineup in.
The rent up, yeah, you could do that too. The rent of players.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on to other competitive stuff. I think we talked enough through the SAV situation and the competitive scene on that. We'll see what happens with that if any competitive guys get their accounts, because I know they got banned a couple Maddens ago for one person sharing accounts with another to qualify and some other stuff like that. So we'll see if they start to get pinched more by coin buying and stuff. And you talked about when you were there in December, they told you guys to stop buying coins, didn't they?
Yeah, they kind of like told us, so you have to calm down because they don't want it to get up to the like head guys, I guess, like the guys that really run the show. That the guys they're promoting. I don't know if I should be saying this, but
Say it, bro.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, don't say it. I wanna try
but
to
the
get
guys
shit
that they're promoting are like breaking their rules and kind of taking money out of their pockets.
Wait,
Yeah,
did you-
'cause
did you sign
EA's
an- Oh, sorry.
No, after you text us.
Did you sign an NDA?
Not about that stuff,
Alright,
but
go
I
ahead,
did
let
sign
it fly, bro.
an
Let it
NDA
fly.
for other stuff.
Let it fly.
Yeah, I'd ask you what kind of stuff the NDA is on, but I'm sure the NDA covers that.
You could say now it was just the results of the
okay.
event because we played that on Thursday and Friday, and then they streamed it the whole next week. So we just couldn't say what happened.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I think I remember that tournament. Wasn't like Joel in the chat spoiling things for people?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Me neither.
I know that's how they're doing Ultimate League too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, Ultimate League's so basically I think it was the Legend Division or the Elite Division flew out last weekend. They played their whole season, and then they flew the guys back, and then the other divisions coming this weekend, and they're gonna play all 10 games. And then once the season's over, everyone that made the playoffs is gonna go down there one more time, and that's how they're gonna. And then they're gonna do the one tournament that last weekend.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Then
Because
to
they
everybody to
can't-
fly out. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't fly everybody out because of jobs and everything. Like they had to pre-record it really because a lot of the guys are in college or have full-time jobs.
Oh yeah. Any type of school or job. Yeah. you
Yeah,
can't-
like there's really not enough money right now, unless you're like Skimbo level to really just put it full-time.
Yeah. Do you think they cater enough to the competitive, too much, or the right amount?
Like with the gameplay or like with
Everything.
what? For the gameplay, I think the game is too easy, honestly. Like especially this year, like you get a good team and you can honestly beat anybody. The running is extremely easy. On the 91 zones, they'll make a play for you eventually. Like you can sit there and not do anything, and eventually you will just something crazy will happen, like it always does. Like hard flats will pick off corner routes.
But everybody has 91 zones now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, it's too easy. It's like people don't get rewarded for making the right adjustments enough. Like if you know something's coming, and you like put the right stuff out there, it's like the same as putting the wrong stuff out there because the flat will get 2 yards.
That's a good line right there that you just said. You can put the right stuff. I felt that. I'm like, all right, I know this play's coming. The play comes and like, okay, well that's a 10-yard gain. Nice, that didn't work. So it is interesting. That's a good point. What about so you think gameplay needs to be tougher? How do you do that?
I guess like kind of what we talked about on Twitter, how if you're playing cloud flats, it's not 2 to 3 yards and a hit stick, it's 6 and 7. You're able to get out of bounds.
And like flat routes.
Flat routes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then like if they play hard flats, you're able to pick off the corner, and then they'd have to like put a hard flat and then a cloud flat to stop that levels concept, and then eventually they're gonna have to start sending pressure or doing something. But right now it's just like it's too easy almost. And I feel like a lot of people they kind of cater to the meta too, because a lot of the guys can't pass. Like you play a weekend league and they'll have 30 rushes and then they'll be 2 for 6 passing with 3 interceptions.
Yeah, I've often felt those games. I'm like, if I could just get this guy into a passing situation, I know I'm going to win the game.
And then it's 3rd and 16, they still run the ball.
I love that. 3rd and 15, toss.
That's a
like
run.
What? You trying to get 15 yards on a toss?
Yeah, or they'll come out in a passing formation and run draw, or quarterback draw 5 wide. Yeah, it's like, okay, now they got to pass. Nope, it's a draw. God damn it, 15 yard. Yeah, so I feel you there. Like what did you are you enjoying the Ultimate League tab that they put into the game, Spoto? Is that something that was kind of cool for you?
Well, what do they really do with it? They put the coaches in the game that I realized, and you can watch directly from there, right? Like the Ultimate League games.
I've been there once. Like I had Texas.
Well, I know they put the coaches in the game.
Yeah, I know that part.
Useless
is somehow
coaches,
I don't know exactly
uniforms.
how it yet is benefiting like it's somehow going to benefit the players in the long run and not just the guys that are in the game.
Those are the guys that EA's promoting. Those are like their ponies that they're riding into promoting competitive esports.
Well, I was actually surprised because they put True Boy on that, and True Boy is very critical of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
But one guy they didn't put on there was.
I know that
the
the money that goes into like buying uniforms, the coaches, and the players, like the $10 pack, it's going to help the competitive scene in the long run. I don't know how yet because I wasn't told, but I have inside sources.
Yeah, my guess is it's probably going to be a portion of that's going to be added to the pot.
Yeah,
that's probably all it's going to be
next year. That's what a lot of people are thinking right now.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense. I don't know how many of those they sold though, because there's the only thing that's benefiting is just the player. But even those are not like. I mean, if you need it, they're not bad for $10.
They should have gave the coaches like +2 stats, 1 on offense, 1 on defense.
A lot of things they could have did, but they're like, no, they didn't want to do that. They weren't trying to sell those packs, in my opinion. I think that.
Yeah, I don't understand why they just didn't like make it where they give pluses to stats. I don't understand how I can think of this, but they can't. I just don't understand.
Well, the thing about it is they did a bunch of useless stuff, and like who gets what? Like does problem get +2 zone, or does problem get +2 to let's say awareness, which doesn't really matter unless you're trying to increase your overall. And so I think that's why they wanted to avoid that. My biggest issue was not adding chemistry to the uniforms. Like you could have chose which chemistry you wanted.
Now they added that new tab though, where you can like have the chemistry on the uniforms and then do the visual thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is pretty cool. I think they added that feature just for YouTubers though. I don't think competitive players really actually. I think that was just for YouTubers, so they're not seeing guys in the same uniforms the entire game. I think that was EA looking out for the content creators.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. So I don't know. I like it doesn't. I don't care that much, but it does feel like EA is really EA is really promoting those guys pretty well, doing a good job putting money into them and investing. So hopefully it grows for them. I saw they're getting about 5,000 viewers for each of the Ultimate Leagues on Saturdays, and I mean that's solid for a Madden stream. What do you think, Spoto?
Especially since it's the regular season, but I feel like once the finals come, we'll definitely get way more.
Well, I hear a lot. I hear a lot of people saying competitive Madden's better on TV than it is on Twitch. Do you agree with that?
Well, I actually had my mom watching it the other day. So I was very surprised. Because she saw it, and obviously she knows who some of the guys are now because I made it. But I think it is kind of better for TV because a lot of guys that like watch Twitch, I feel like they like the more like the computer games, Fortnite, CS:GO, and like all those, and like Dota and League of Legends. But I feel like Madden, just because it's like a sports game, even though it's not really a simulation type of game, it can still be like more easy to understand.
Okay, makes sense. Text, you agree?
No, it's the same production, so I don't know how it's better on TV when it's on Twitch. I think maybe because you're not dealing with the chat. It's probably why people say it's better on Twitch, because you're not dealing with people just trolling the entire time. But I like seeing when a game breaks and the crowd just erupts full of nonsense. Like when that guy got cheated because this guy wouldn't tackle him because he went for the pick and then just started like strafing backwards. That was great.
Wild. Yeah.
I
remember in my game versus Joel, I blocked his kick and got 1 point instead of 2. And it was pre-recorded and they didn't edit it out.
Oh right, yeah. I do remember that. That was funny. Yeah, it's fun, this game we play sometimes. Do you think so? Yeah, do you think that prize pool is going up with now that they're putting in competitive players and stuff? Is that going to increase the prize pool for next year? Like if you buy a competitive pack, that goes to the prize pool.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess it does because they already renewed it for next year also, and it went up this year, and it went up, and it went from 16, 17, and 17 to 18. So I feel like just the trend will continue and it'll keep going up.
Oh, that's cool. So everything's looking up for competitive Madden.
And now with the NFL getting more involved with the Club Series event, like they could be putting more money into it.
That's
so
nice.
we'll see how that goes.
NFL ain't putting no money there. NFL wants you to pay them. They ain't putting like this company is so weird. But they got mad at Steak Shack I think it's Steak. Or
just like promote it the way all the NBA is doing with the 2K League.
Well, NBA doesn't mind putting money into things. NBA wants to get into gambling. They don't mind just putting money into stuff. They got to make money out of it. Like I don't know if you in Minnesota, I think it was Steak Shack, the place in the Mall of America. The NFL got mad at them, was trying to seek legal action because they're getting too much free promotion over ESPN Airways.
What?
Yeah, because so whenever they went to scout the area, they talked to the people, the companies that were there, and were talking about how much it would cost for them to put like NFL stuff up in the store and be talked about on the on air. And Steak Shake did one of those switcheroos on them, and NFL was mad, so try to like take them to court or whatever. I don't think anything came of it, but NFL does not like free stuff. They want you to pay them. That's kind of how it goes. But with ESPN being involved, I think if ESPN wants to make that prize pool double or spend more money on it, that'd probably be the best thing to do for them.
Yeah. One of the last things I want to say about the pre-recorded stuff is that if they're going to do stuff pre-recorded, like they got to edit out all the flaws. Like for the Ultimate League, I don't know if you guys watched it last week, there was like a 40-minute delay. And they kept it in, but it was like pre-recorded, which I don't understand why they do that. Or like they show the glitch where I get 1 point.
Oh
like,
my god!
I don't understand why you pre-record it and then like you let us say stuff that hurts the game, like when I said something, or just bad production. Like there's just no reason if you have the tools to change it, just edit it and chop it up because. Like they could do it in takes. The way how it's all set up, you can easily just do it in takes. Like if there's a glitch in the game, they could just restart it.
Hey Spoto, they'll do that right after they update MUT drafts. They'll start editing their progress.
The funny thing about that was I was like, these dudes must be really lazy then. If they can't edit MUT drafts and they can't edit glitches in the game, these dudes are just bad at their job. Fire them, EA, hire somebody else. Seriously,
yeah, I don't know. The competitive team, I don't know what's going on with them. Hey, we actually I never asked you my second question. I after the YouTubers juiced pack stuff. Do you believe in the equalizer?
No, not even close. I think that Madden, first of all, is a fluky game to begin with. There's a lot of randomness. So a lot of people, when they win, they think it's all on them, especially because it's basically a single player, like 1v1 game. When they win, they put all of like the credit on them. Like EA didn't help them at all. The other player was horrible. They were so much better. But when they lose, they're like, they still think they're that great player that only lost because EA cheated them.
Yep. You'll find this through life, that people are unwilling to accept their flaws. And some people are. Some people understand that they have shortcomings, but a lot of people, they don't. And if they lose, it's somebody else's fault.
Sometimes there will be games that like seem like almost unwinnable. Like if you fumble like twice, but like there'll be games where you win because the other person fumbled twice, but you just don't remember that because you just think, oh, it was all skill that I 21 that dude.
Those are what I call the fun games. I'm just laughing the whole time at the poor sap that has to play on, like, because it does feel like some games like the RNG is just against you, and like you're on the losing side of all those either the 3 fumbles hit the ground and you get none of them. But like I like there's some streams where I'm like, I can't do anything wrong tonight. Like this is all on me. Then there's other streams like where I'll lose and I'm like I'm playing the same stuff, making the same. It feels like it's just not going my way tonight, and some of it's on me, and some of it's in the game. But so you don't believe in the equalizer, Texas? Did you ever give your thoughts on the equalizer?
I mean, I thought it made sense more in the past because of like not the threshold, but the thresholds being in the game this year, it's kind of hard to like see it make an impact because you're not really playing a lot of the budget teams anymore. The budget teams kind of get crushed right now, but there are some fluky things in this game to where like Ziggy Ansah just stops runs more so than like my.
That's the weirdest card. Yeah. I agree.
So like certain cards just happen to play better, which I guess can add into the equalizer thing because when you have a 90-something overall left tackle going against a guy that shouldn't be beating him consistently, and he does, you just kind of gotta blame something.
Yeah.
And so,
and then the other thing,
because that's not really fluke, because like it's just certain cards just play better than others. I don't know if you consider that a fluke.
Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that when you like start losing, like I know with me, if I start losing, I just get frustrated and start like even I do. I just blame EA for everything, and then I just start playing worse, which then it's like it just causes you to like downward spiral.
Yeah.
And then you just like completely just crash.
Heck yeah, yeah. Like you try to get all your points back at once. It's like,
oh yeah, like if you have like a bad night, like on the leaderboards, like you just want to keep playing, but you just keep losing because you're just like so frustrated.
Yeah. So
with the game, how you're playing, really everything.
So it'll be interesting to see what the comment section has to say about the equalizer and the dynamic difficulty adjustment. I know is the huge hot word with the EA patent and stuff, and I've seen this arguments on both sides of the fence for it. Some people people say it's a way for bad players to cover up how bad they really are. Other people say my team shouldn't be playing like this and how it always is. So it's something it's hard to prove. But we'll see where it goes from here and what the community has to say. All right. So do you think you mentioned before this podcast about a squads tournament, Spoto? Do you think that should be something coming up? Should they do tournaments for squads?
I still like the 1-on-1, but I think they should like at the end of the year, because when I was down in LA, they said they wanted to do one more and maybe try and see how the community responds to a squads event. So I was thinking because like there's no player friend, there's really nowhere to do with leaderboards, you could take like the top 30 MCS point earners, and it's like 130 and 16, 2, 29 and 15, and you put them in a team, like, and it can be guys from like opposite crews, guys that don't like each other, and you just like that's a tournament right there, just the 10 teams.
That'll be fun. Somebody's gonna get stabbed. So, Tex, what do you think about that? Should they do it with competitive guys, or should they make it just like a YouTuber squads tournament, since there isn't really anything competitive with squads at the moment?
I feel like they do YouTuber squads tournament, it just kind of turns into Game Changers squads tournament. So they should probably just do competitive players, since those guys are kind of already under EA's control.
True. That's a good point, since like they wouldn't work with many of the YouTubers in the community at the moment.
Well, everyone
coin sponsors. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone just That
is something I found interesting. People complain on Twitter about EA not helping out our own how do you say, YouTubers in our community. And then I'm like, well, everybody here promotes coins. Like that's why they have to go to the MLB and the NBA community. It's because they're not promoting coins. So like some people got flown out to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I
So
saw the.
it's
Who's that?
I saw Cash got flown out there and LSK
yeah.
from.
Oh yeah, but
I
those
think
guys
for
also
EA.
lied about live being good. It's probably part of their agreement.
I think TD Barrett get flown out there too?
I'm not sure.
Let
The
me
only
scroll
ones I
down his
knew were
timeline.
Cash and
He's like
LSK.
an NBA guy. He's done a couple actually. Yeah, there he is at the Super Bowl. Yeah, TD Barrett, who's an MLB YouTuber, but he's done a couple Madden videos lately. I think since EA. I don't know. Maybe it's working for EA. They're bringing him more over to Madden stuff because they started giving him Super Bowl tickets and flying him out for stuff. So yeah, he's doing. I'm seeing he has moved more into Madden, so it's actually working. EA's bringing bigger YouTubers back over.
That's good. They're kind of crossing over to other games. So
yeah. Bringing them back to Madden because everybody right now
complain about that like always that they're not helping their own.
Everybody right now is kind of like Spoto brought it up, switching to Fortnite or competitive guys are switching to 2K League. Texas, why do you think everybody's switching over to those games?
Because Madden's kind of ran its
Madden's
course.
dead.
NFL season's over. NBA is getting going, so I think people are trying to switch. Plus, it's easy to qualify over in 2K because you just got to win 50 games, I think, and anybody can have a chance to play for some money.
Do you like that qualification better, Spoto?
It's 50 wins with a squad team, so 50.
Yeah, it
wins
was
with 5
50.
people.
It was 50 wins, and then you join the combine. And every week or two, they shave down the combine, and if you're still in it, then they get it down. I don't know how many exactly. And then there's a draft. I kind of like the leaderboard system the way it is now, because it also helps a lot of the people. Like, if you want to get good, you know where all the really good players are playing, so that you can kind of learn almost. Like if you that's how I got good. From 17, I started playing salary cap, and I was playing all the good players, and they were beating me by a lot. And then I just kind of took each loss and got better.
I mean, yeah, that's you lose until you get good enough to win. It makes sense. I mean, a lot of people when they're losing, they don't really take time to learn. So telling people that lesson, you got to take your lumps in order to really get better at the game. It's
I was really bad, really bad.
And now you're a high end competitive player. So it worked out. I mean, everybody learn that lesson. You're being bad at something is the first step to being good at something. I think I saw that in God dang, somebody's gonna let me know what show that's from. Never mind. With the one with the yellow dog. So let's take questions from the audience. Texas, I'm gonna throw to you, and from the comment section last time, what questions do we have this week?
All right, my man Will Virgo, he put down a lot of questions. We got a couple here. He wants to know, would you say we have more budget cards now compared to earlier this season? I'm going to give that to Spoto.
Yeah, that's kind of how MUT works, because then cards become less expensive as newer cards come out, so they become the new budget cards. The old top end become the budget guys.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
See, I wouldn't, because I was rocking Gold McKinnon in Madden 16 for the entire year, and so I think that.
Well, he's not comparing it to previous seasons.
Previous year, that's just from the beginning to now.
I just think that because they changed ratings up, that's why it kind of feels like we have more because we're getting all that. But
so, okay, we're just gonna make up questions to answer here.
Yes.
You're not. You can't just change the whole question around and expect us to be able to.
I saw Sean White having a snow trip, and I was like, I got confused there. My apologies. All right, next question.
Next question.
From Will again. He says, best troll golden tickets. Go.
It's got to be one of these three: Devin Wade, Colt Cruz, or Colin Kaepernick.
I don't think they'll do Colin Kaepernick because I feel like he's trying to avoid political stuff. But if they allowed that'd be the greatest thing ever.
I agree.
Definitely Kaepernick, and if they do Wade.
I mean, they gotta allow Kaepernick. They did RG3, right? They gonna make some bullshit up. He's not a part of the NFL, so some shit like that.
Someone will definitely do the Damian Swan from last year.
Oh yeah, it was he just wants an all Georgia team. Yeah, I agree. So that's my answer. Anyone else? Text? Any other troll golden tickets?
My man Colin McCart. For me, golden tickets. He put Nathan Peterman with Gunslinger.
That'd be kind of hot.
Yeah,
I like that.
Jimmy GQ
Yeah.
with conductor. I think people actually want that though. Niner fans
Nathan
and Patriot
McDermott,
fans will
pick
want that.
specialist.
Big Ben with hot hands.
Wait, why would Big Ben have hot hands?
It just because it's a troll. Golden ticket.
Tom Brady
Oh.
with hot hands.
Yeah. I like the Tom Brady with hot hands better.
I kind of
Because that's really
that'd be kinda
funny.
Yeah, I kind of want to see people just actually go that route with golden ticket this year. Just make them awful.
I don't know if you can.
No, wait, you can. Well, E is gonna make him good, obviously, but like do like a left tackle with like.
You can't do offensive linemen,
Can't
kicker, or
do
punters.
You can do punters. You do kickers.
Nope.
Okay, all right. Do tight end with with secure tackler or something like that. I don't know. Just have some fun with it. Do like the worst cards in the game and just make them better, and then just give them a weird ability because they're going to be kind of one abilities by the time they come out. Kind of how EA is operating this year.
I gotcha.
All right. Who else left some questions? I didn't get his name. I copied it. Actually, I got his name. No, I didn't. I didn't get his name. I'm sorry, my dude. He says, with the lack of content this year, do you think we get positionals and season stars earlier? He says, if we do, both should hit sometime next week. That's just a comment, I guess. He says, in his opinion, the things that are getting neglected MUT is head-to-head rewards season 4. There's literally no value in sets. So how do you feel about that? There's no value in doing sets.
So the person that asked is 3S on standby. I was able to find in your comments.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no value in doing set. There's obviously value there, but it's very limited, and I think it's something they've kind of forgot about with Weekend League and everything. I don't know. I think he's right. Hit the nail on the head.
Like, I would say there's no value in sets because like everything's break even. Like, I remember back in the day, like you would lose coins doing a positional set, but like you would get like 10 Legends packs, and then hopefully pull
or
something
they'd
out
have
of
the
that.
coin reward for doing
Yeah,
the set.
so like you would lose coins. So I remember doing. I think the Megatron set was 1 million coins. I got down to 800,000 coins. I lost. I made it back after I sold them. So I lost 200,000. But I got back the packs and I pulled 2 million coins out of those packs. So I just like it's not much value in sets because.
Wait. He was talking about head-to-head sets and regular sets. There's little value.
No, what regular sets? There's no value in regular sets outside of like the token sets, and hopefully those cards go up. Like I think the best set in this year's game is the token set for value. Because if you do the set for 17K, you could sell the card for 50 if they do something with the gold tokens. That's the best set in the game right now. If you look at Josh Norman's set that came out today, or AJ Green, you're gonna break even, or maybe lose coins doing it. Like, it's better usually just to buy the card and just do the damn set. Even if you pull the card auctionable, it's more probably you end up breaking even at the end of the day.
No, like for value sets, like the Ultimate Legends when they were on during the weekend, it was cheaper to do the sets than actually buy the card off the auction house. It's not very much. Yeah. There's not a ton of value, but like a little.
Yeah,
let's
if you're
say
gonna keep
a little.
the card off, like if you're trying to make coins after tax, you're gonna pretty much lose. So if you're trying to keep the card,
sets are not.
Yeah. Sense.
The thing is, like sets are done until there's no value. Like sets are done by the community until there's no value left in them. Like they're gonna continue to be done until there's nothing left to be extracted from that resource. Mm-hmm. So that's why they get instantly unprofitable.
Yep, and that's why I don't do many sets besides power-ups, which is like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, that's like I don't do any drugs except heroin. I mean,
heroin's
okay.
Well, at least it's not cocaine. Cocaine's more expensive than heroin, so I'm glad I don't have a cocaine habit. Fox.
Congrats, Tex.
All right, let's see. You said the lack of content this year is incredible. Since launch, you only had 3 new promos that were not holiday or traditional theme. And this is obviously before this podcast, before the stuff came out today. Those are MUT Heroes, Thursday Limited, and Chemistry 101 that were created on, I don't know where the rest of the stuff got. No, I had to go over. I got to scroll over. There we go. Created on the frame of the new Chemistry promo from last year. You added this with the lack of meaningful solos, and you realize all that they've done up to this point is give us traditional MUT content. And looking around, the only thing I can point to is there isn't much after that as why we can have seen as much content this year. He just he gave us his full opinion on what is going on.
Yeah. So the big question was about they're only giving us traditional MUT content, and it's been the same year to year, and that's 100% correct. And the thing is, like, he talks about getting non-traditional stuff. So remember when we just absolutely like fucking freaked out as a community when they gave us too many out of position players and not enough ghosts? Like, when I was talking earlier about us community complaining about everything, the reason they have to stick to this traditional stuff is because we complain if we didn't. Like, where's my ghosts? Where's my traditional Thanksgiving cards?
Like the traditional stuff.
Yeah, but like it's boring though. Like I'm fine getting new stuff every year. Like it's better to make us angry than to bore us, in my opinion. Well, so don't give us the same stuff over and over.
Like they tried the battle bosses, and everybody complained. So why are they gonna go away from stuff that they know works if they try new stuff and people complain?
Who complained about the battle bosses?
I thought they were complaining that the cards came out to
they were definitely complaining.
And they weren't going to be worth it.
Because we're gonna get. It's like they did a while ago where they did like drop cards. Like we had a free card up until like August of last year to play solos for, and it wasn't worth it. So like it's just all about timing, and so they can easily tweak it. And hopefully these cards aren't going to be outdated. But with EA at the helm, it's going to be pretty much a guarantee that the cards that we're going to be grinding for are not going to be outdated.
It was almost already outdated.
There's going to be cards in the game that come out. Like there's going to be positional heroes that come out or season stars that come out that are going to be people that you can just buy instead of having to spend what looks to be like 2 hours weekly to finish up all these solos, maybe 2.5 hours weekly to finish up all these solos for 11 straight weeks.
If Ricky Jackson is outdated when he comes out,
I'm saying like there's gonna be cards in the game that you can just buy without having to waste 2.5 hours times 11. So
by that time,
what is that?
Because you're gonna be able to auction. It's because you're gonna be able to auction this one. You can buy this one. Literally buy this one.
Yeah, you can just buy that one, so you don't gotta play the solo. So that's why people are complaining, is because like this card is not coming out faster, or they're not giving you a way to get him faster. But I thought that people were pretty cool with this, because I mean you get that plus a chance to get some 96 overall. I saw people complaining about the fact that they're actually added exchange sets for those cards. You know how we were asking for exchange sets for core elites, and they haven't gave us one, but they gave us exchange sets for the boss battle elites, which is hilarious. They're just trolling us right now at that point.
Yeah, so I will say I did see the same complaints that Spoto was talking about. It's just going to happen, and I think EA needs to realize we're gonna complain about everything in this community. Just please give us fresh content. Don't listen to the haters. Sometimes there's legitimate criticism, but there's a lot to filter through with a lot of the crybabies in this community. All right, so moving on to the next question. I got one here that I got in my DMs on Twitter. Again, do not send this stuff to us on Twitter. It's harder to. I'm not even gonna acknowledge them if you send me a question on Twitter for the podcast stuff. So going forward, this is the last one. How far do you think they'll take power-ups this year with the boss promo? I don't think they'll do power-ups kind of like Gauntlet players. However, the replays promo could bring players like Rodgers and Beckham another card before golden tickets. Do you think this Friday these new cards will be part of power-ups like AJ Green? Yes, I do think AJ Green will get a power-up. Do you guys think all these like other cards that we're getting in these weekly stuff getting power-ups?
They kind of have to, unless they just forgot about it. Like I'm looking forward to Friday coming around and us not getting any power-up sets because they forgot that they actually had power-ups.
Unless they completely gave up on power-ups, I feel like they have to. They said they were gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were gonna.
And they're not the masters. They're just like the heroes. Like the way our team of the week is.
Like we know we're gonna get it. We just want to know when we're gonna get it. Because like what did they do? They dropped the power-up set. It took like 3 weeks for them to add one guy because they forgot he had one. And people were like tweeting them every week, yo, where's this power-up set? It's coming. And then they finally added it like 3 weeks later. I think they forgot. So I want to see if they're actually doing their job, because really, to make this easier, the set should be out the same day that the player gets a new card. But they like to not do that because it bombards.
That's too much work.
It's just changing the picture. Really, it's just putting a picture in a new background. They made it sound like it's more difficult than it actually is. I don't know if you noticed or not. It literally is just the same picture on with a different card background, or it's just purple. So it's just a different card background with the same template. Like it's funny to me that they be complaining about. We got to make the card art. I mean, I can make that for you.
So, it's true, but you got to get paid.
The guys do on Twitter is better than their card art.
Whoa.
Hey, man.
Whoa. I mean, some of it's pretty good.
But chill.
But there's some... but like you think that like some of the graphic designers like that sell them, aren't better than the guys
well,
that like the stuff that EA does?
Well, the guy that works at EA has like constraints to what he could possibly do. He probably is amazing, and if he had actually a full access to do what he wanted to do, make holographic cards, make things actually shine in game, he could probably do all that stuff. But EA probably limits him to what he can actually do. Because
hey, do you guys? What about this idea? Do you guys think they should put like quote unquote shiny cards in packs? So like, say that Mel Blunt. 1 out of every 100 Mel Blunts was quote unquote shiny, like in Pokemon, and then like so it was like like the background maybe moved or something, or like it was a like Pokemon like I don't know if you guys played Pokemon or not. Did you?
I have played Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool because they get different abilities and different types of moves and stuff. So if they get like Mel Blunt, like a shiny, it's the same Mel Blunt, but he's a +1 to speed.
Like yeah, but like,
that'd be cool if they like made that the shiny ones give +1s or +2s to other stats of the whole team. They could do that.
Yeah, like so, like I guess
kind of like the motivators.
So like it would be going like I don't even necessarily need the stats plus. I just want like shiny art on it, like a special card. So I mean stats would be cool. Whatever. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Better for gameplay wise if you just like look like Mel Blunt from Madden, whenever Mel Blunt played 1942. That'd be kind of nice. Just like a pixelated version of Mel Blunt out there in the field. Oh, that'd be so dope. Like that'd be so dope.
All right. So, any other questions from the comment section? I noticed you left out the one comment from
about you being an EA shill, being an EA stooge.
No, where was that at? That's that one.
I left out of it, but somebody said EA's clearly paying Gutfoxx hush money.
Is it? Where's it at? Who's this son of a bitch?
Let me go find this comment. I left out of it after I copied all the questions. Let me go back. History.
Let me see. No, I was gonna talk about the Gutfoxx Kevin Durant account that says Gutfoxx sounds like a really smart guy.
Yeah, what's good, everybody?
Damn it! This is why YouTube comments are the worst. They get you so high and they get you so low.
Somebody said you out here tweeting from a fake account.
Yeah, they said it's my Kevin Durant account.
That's great. You got here tweeting from a burner Twitter account, burner YouTube account, your real account.
Let me see. Gut.
Here I got it.
No, I don't see that. Maybe it's space.
I got it right here. It says his name's Space99 Yak. I don't understand how they do not talk about the biggest controversy in MUT every year. DDA/equalizer. I think this guy might be a your mama fan. I love Fox, but he must be getting some kickbacks because he was really defending EA on this episode.
Oh, God.
But as always, Tex can't be bought off. Tex can't be bought off, baby. The man and EA can, or whoever can keep their sport memorabilia boxes. I hope EA doesn't offer Tex a year supply. Depends, then he might start shilling for EA then.
So he says you're going to get bought off by a couple of depends, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that last week in the podcast?
I think so.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, we're giving him more airtime, and we shouldn't because now we're just encouraging this behavior.
What? I mean, it was positive to me.
No. He said you'd be easily bought off by a supply of depends. That's negative about you too.
He said he hope. He just said it would be easy. He said he hopes.
Yeah, but he says you would be bought off by a year depend if EA offered it.
First of all, he said that I'm the man and Gutfoxx gets kickbacks. So I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, we can't be letting these people be all stupid on the internet and giving them airtime here.
That's why we have the comments and the questions, so that way people can get their moment of shine.
Yeah, but we gotta promote intelligent questions. Like I haven't seen one. I haven't heard one from NYM here, but NYM had a lot of questions. We get anything from him?
I mean, I was gonna read them all, but like not this episode. He wrote a lot. Appreciate you listening, NYM. Appreciate it, but he wrote a lot.
Yeah. NYM puts a lot of thought into the game.
Yeah, he does.
So go check out. Yeah. What's up?
Well, I was gonna say thought and money. My man's he loves MUT. He supports MUT.
Yeah, he sold off. I think he's got a lot of cash back.
Good shit.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Any other questions before we wrap up the podcast? It's been a long one.
Wait, before we go, he said he broke this down several times. It was more expensive to do the set if you pulled the best card from the set than it was to buy the cards. So he kind of confirmed what I'm saying in the value in sets. Appreciate that comment. But yeah, it's been a long episode. Good stuff, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 99. Before we go, Spoto, man, tell people where they can find you at.
For Twitter, it's xSpotoX, and my Twitch, which I sometimes stream, it's Spoto718.
Again, links will be down in the description below, so go ahead and follow this man. Say what's up to him. We're going to do this campaign, day something without Mutt Draft's update, and we're going to make it happen. Thank you, Gutfoxx, for being on. Where can they find you at? From your Twitter account?
Down to the street corner selling my butthole for EA money, I think.
Bro, I saw Fox
You want to get your money how you can.
I saw Fox today chasing a gopher, and I thought of you. Why is Fox chasing gophers?
You know, sometimes you just got to get your exercise one way or the other. You know how they say people play sports, like basketball, to get exercise? That's what I do. I chase gophers for exercise.
All right. Hope you
and
guys
plus they're tasty as fuck.
That is true.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Yes, 5 stars on iTunes, and tell a friend, listen to it. He don't got to listen to the entire thing. Just like listen to it and leave a review. It could just be like, I downloaded it, but I'm not gonna listen to it. I'll take that.
Here's the thing: nobody's listening anymore. This is an hour and 50 minutes into the podcast. Like we're not promoting to anybody, are we? Anymore?
Hey,
we're just talking about stuff.
Leave a comment. Anyway,
unless they skip to the end.
What should we tell them to write if they're still listening?
Here's the thing: some people skip. It's like skipping to the last page of a book. Maybe they're listening right now, though.
Right. Maybe there's. I think what we did is like bad because this portion of it's not great. All right, guys, we're out of here. Bye.
See you, Tex.
Every time I want to hit this.